Hello and welcome to Pluralsight's IT Ops News and Talk. I'm Don Jones, Curriculum Director for IT Ops Content, and this is our show for June 2016. And hey, we'll be taking a couple of months off for the summer, so we'll try and use this episode to give you some material to tide you over. Let's begin with a quick look at recent IT news from Pluralsight author Tim Warner.
Last month I told you about what I called the Battle of the Giants, the fact that Oracle has sued Google for copyright infringement. Now, the nature of that court case in a nutshell is that Oracle sought $8.8 billion in damages from Google. And the reason why is that Google's Android operating system is based largely in Java. And if you've been keeping up with Java at all, Java is actually an Oracle property. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, what exactly happened? Android is largely an open source operating system, so anybody with some programming understanding can see that the Android code base includes between 7 and 11,500 lines, depending upon who you're talking to, of Sun's proprietary Java API code. Now, that Java API code belonged to Sun Microsystems, and at the time, Sun didn't care. They observed Google borrowing and adapting their Java APIs, but didn't take any action. When Oracle purchased Sun, that situation changed dramatically, and hence we have this current court case. What's at the center of this debate is whether Google was using fair use rather than directly infringing Oracle's copyrights. And that's a whole other gray area when you talk about copyright, intellectual property, and open source software. Here's the most recent update. On May 26, 2016, a federal jury found that Google's adaptation of 37 Java API packages is in fact protected by fair use. So the bottom line is that Google won this court case. It's notable that none of the jury members, nor any of the attorneys on either Google or Oracle's side, have spoken on the matter and are likely to continue not speaking on the matter. I mean, this is a huge amount of money that was at stake. Now, the chilling effect here is actually pondering what could have happened. Had Oracle won this lawsuit, not only would they have received a huge amount of judgment compensation from Google, but they likely would have continued on their original plans to copyright their Java source code. And if Java did that, to copyright their Java code. And if Oracle did that, then every Android device owner in the world would therefore be in violation of copyright law. Pretty scary indeed. It's always a sad day when we talk about another website losing its database of user account credentials to hackers. Unfortunately, this has been a long time coming. LinkedIn.com lost what they reported originally back in 2012, 6.5 million user accounts, but it actually turned out to be a much larger number, 117 million user accounts, to Russian cyber criminals. Now, you'll note that June 2012 is exactly 4 years to where we are today in this particular recording. So what could account for that time gap? I'm not exactly sure, but the bottom line is that those credentials, the stolen account credentials, which would include things like LinkedIn member email addresses and their password hashes, are being sold on the black market. Yahoo's Tumblr platform was hacked and gave up 65 million user accounts. Those are up for sale. And you might remember the old MySpace, one of the original, if not the original social networking site. They lost 427 million accounts stolen. And it's interesting that all 427 million are going for the astronomical price of $2,800. MySpace has really taken a nosedive, hasn't it? Now, what can we do about that? It's a helpless feeling, to be sure, when we trust a business with our information, our personal information, potentially with our credit card and banking information, and then we learn about this kind of theft. Well, number one, I'd suggest that you delete any accounts that you no longer use. I went over to MySpace, for instance, typed in my email address that I might have used way back when in the day, found it, reset the password, and promptly deleted the account. Also, if you're not using two-factor authentication by now, you absolutely should be. Most sites worth their salt. Not all. There are some notable exceptions like Adobe, but certainly LinkedIn allows you to use your smartphone to receive a text message verification code that'll be sent every time you or somebody else tries to log into your account. This way, you're protecting your account not only with a strong password, but also with information that you actually would presumably have on your person. Finally, check Pluralsight author Troy Hunt's service site, haveibeenpwned.com. This is a really great site because you can type in any email addresses that may be associated with online accounts, and Troy is able to pipeline into those stolen credential databases and can report on whether your email address has been found in any of those repositories. Tech layoffs. Now, we know that downsizing, as it's called, that's the politically correct term, and employee layoffs are normally expected at the start of each calendar year, and that's certainly been the case in 2016. Intel, for instance, laid off 12,000 employees worldwide thus far. Microsoft laid off almost 2,000 staff from their smartphone division. VMware laid off 800, and Yahoo closed its Mexico and Argentina operations. Those reports represent a lot of lost jobs. Once again, what can we do to mitigate against the possibility of layoff? Well, I'd suggest that you work to make your IT career as layoff-proof as possible. Now, what's the formula for that? Well, according to Tim Warner, yours truly, I would suggest that you never stop learning, especially with information technology. You begin to fall behind immediately unless you're actively learning new stuff every day. I want you to consider industry certification. It doesn't matter whether you're a developer, an IT ops professional, that you're IT service management or IT project management. There's likely an industry certification that you can earn that will put you above your competition in this marketplace. And lastly, focus on the future path of IT, and where that is and where it's going is cloud computing of all stripes, public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, community cloud, etc. Administrative automation. Here we're talking about Windows PowerShell scripting or Bash shell scripting in Unix OS X environments. We're talking about configuration management, Chef, Puppet, Ansible, and so forth. That ties into what's called continuous delivery, where software developers are using Agile, both the project management framework and just agility in general, to push out code and new features faster than ever before, with all of this ultimately coalescing in this thing that's called DevOps, where we have a meeting of the minds and meeting of the processes between IT ops and developers so that they each can speak each other's language pretty well and collaborate to deliver product faster and reliably. Finally, let's end this news segment on a positive note. Virtual reality headsets are a super hot commodity now, and if you have the money for them, you can actually take advantage of the tech right now. We have the HTC Vive. This is a headset that was done between HTC and Valve Software. Valve is one of the leading video game makers. That's available now at $799 USD list. There's the Oculus Rift, owned by Facebook. It's available at $599. Now, notably, both the HTC and the Oculus Rift are not standalone headsets. They actually need to be connected to a powerful PC, and that powerful PC is likely going to balloon that $800 and $600 price point, respectively. The Samsung Gear VR is more affordable to those who want to, for instance, plug their smartphone into a visor, and you can do that at the bargain price of $99, but only if you have a Galaxy smartphone that's compatible with the Gear. The Sony PlayStation 4 is going to support the VR headset. That's expected in October 2016 at $399. Microsoft HoloLens is a separate piece of hardware altogether. Instead of a virtual reality headset in which you're essentially putting a visor over your eyes and your entire field of vision is constrained within the headset, the HoloLens is what's called an augmented reality device, where it actually blends what you see generated on the computer screen with your world. In other words, you could project a Minecraft world onto your dining room table or simulate the surface of Mars as you walk through your home. It's pretty wild, but unfortunately it's early in development, unknown release date and price at this time. If you're a developer, you can pony up $3,000 for a copy of the development kit that includes a prototype copy. Finally, we have the Google Cardboard. Originally, many people considered this to be a joke. It's literally a piece of cardboard that you can fold origami style and combine with an Android smartphone to do some virtual reality. That's available now at $16.99. $16.99. $16.99. $16.99. $16.99. $16.99. $16.99. $16.99. $16.99.